So, Katie Price. We're talking to Katie this morning. She's rarely out of the spotlight. It's no surprise when you consider that in the last couple of years she's divorced. She's remarried.
Yes.
She's currently trying to have her fourth
busy,
child.
busy.
Yeah,
and then there's Alex, the whole Alex business.
Alex.
Have we left anything out? Probably. Probably. She'll come to that in a minute. Here we go.
My life is an open book. The next guy I meet, I have to lay it on the table. You know, this is me, accept it or jog on. What they said about me and Alex, that we're splitting up. He accepts me for who I am, and I accept him for who he is. It was brilliant, actually. Really good, relaxed, chilled out day. In the real world, me, I'm fine.
Well, I tell you what, there's never a dull moment for you, is there?
I know, looking at them headlines, God, yeah.
It's enough to give you wrinkles, but you can't get wrinkles, can you? Because you...
I know, I was just saying, I haven't had Botox for ages. You can actually see wrinkles on me for
And
once.
what do you think about that?
I was just having a time. I said I was going to let it all come out and then start again, because I find the more Botox you have, the more you find you need, and then your face doesn't move. It actually doesn't bother me at the moment. I'm outside all the time riding at the moment, and I'm like that in the wind, the rain, because I've got an outside school, but I don't care at the minute.
You see, I can't really see. Go like...
Oh, you can, look.
Yeah, but that's
for me.
Yes.
Instead of being like that.
I like that.
As Ruth always says, every time we meet you, Ruth always says, isn't she a beautiful-looking girl?
But also, I go in, don't I always come into the dressing room to see you, and quite often Katie's got no makeup on, and you are stunning with no makeup.
Do you know, in my reality show, I never really wear makeup, so I don't even know why I bother putting makeup on for interviews, because everyone knows what I look like without it.
But is it like, you know, you're putting on your public face? Is it like a mask for you?
I just don't really want to scare anyone this time.
You know, that is a nonsense.
You don't.
That is a nonsense. It'd be interesting to find out why you think, actually, you need so much makeup. And you set a trend, because so many young girls, of course, now, they design their makeup look on you.
You could get, like, permanent makeup, everything done. I mean, I did Live 5, a show, not that long ago.
I watch it every night.
Yeah.
I do.
I do. And I said, look, I'll come on with no makeup. And I did. So I'm not scared to not wear makeup, but everyone else does. So.
Yeah, I'd never do that. Go anywhere without my makeup.
Well, that's fair enough, darling.
Yeah,
that's now, here it is, your fourth autobiography, as we were saying, and you call this one, you Only Live Once. You're calling this one. And, you know, in many ways, you know what, I hear people and they say, oh, she's not brought out another book, or she's not done this. But in many ways, the period that this covers and what this covers, I mean, gosh, it's been eventful, hasn't it?
Do you know, I actually thought this book would be a boring book, because it's from just over 2 years ago, and it's turned out to be actually quite an up and down book, to be honest. You know, there's lots in it, and well, I honestly thought it'd be a boring book, but it's turned out to be quite an adventurous book.
You talk a lot about this, about your relationship with Alex.
Yeah.
And the last time you were in, you know, we had all those headlines saying it's all a sham, it's all over, he's walked out. I was only reading something yesterday saying that you don't speak anymore, you call him the butler, you ignore him when you're out. It's all about to come to a horrible end, and you're only kind of hanging on till after Christmas so you don't hurt his feelings. So where are you at?
Hang on till after Christmas. Blimey, I would do it before, otherwise I don't have to buy presents then, would I? I'm joking. But I'll say everything's in the book. We've gone through so much, and obviously people will see that in the book. That goes back from, I think, just after I had Princess. So it goes through the breakup of Pete. And in fact, this book, you'll see that I'm quite sensible, grown up in this book. I think people expecting me to be slagging off people, this, that, getting my own back on things. But it's not at all. It's a mature book. It's like, you know, I've got children, I'm an older person. When you compare it to my first autobiography, I go into details about lots of Rudy things and stuff. But in this one, I actually don't.
Would you say that is Alex's influence on you? How has he changed you as a person? Would you say you're a better person? What's the difference now between Katie
Alex influencing me. He's worse than me, but
no, but
it was just fun. He's a lot of fun, actually.
But you would be a handful, wouldn't you? You would be a handful.
You think I'm a handful?
Well, I would think you'd be at least a couple of handfuls, at least. But but what I'm saying is, it obviously takes a certain type of man with maybe inner strength and determination, because you train horses. You know what it's like to control a horse. Would you be?
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what it is about me. I'm very independent, and a lot of men, you know, out there might not be able to handle that a woman's independent. She's got her own career. That I don't need to rely on a man. I've got it all myself. So obviously that can make a man uncomfortable. But I can't help the way I am, you know, I've got to support my kids.
So what does he do to balance that and bring a bit of equilibrium into that relationship there?
Well, he does his fighting, he goes and does his interviews and stuff. To be honest,
no, but how does he control you? That's what I'm saying. I mean, does...
I don't
and apparently you don't flirt anymore, for instance. Apparently you don't flirt. Is this true?
Me, I'm the biggest flirt on this earth.
But he's told you not to flirt, hasn't he?
No, not at all. He's a big flirt. I'm a big flirt. And to be honest, I don't go anywhere to flirt. All I do is sit in front of the telly in my PJs. I'm actually quite boring.
But he seems quite a strong person without being loud and out there. That he seems a very self-contained person. He's quite meditative. He's quite... So it seems to me, from reading the book, that he has calmed you. He's made you feel more secure, maybe, is that the word? Rather than controlling you.
The difference with Alex, he sees all these people, what they do when they do the tapping, hypnotherapy. I think because of his, you know, job fighting, they have to keep focused. So instead of me, normally I'd be like, right, that's it, this has happened, that's happened, I'm going to do this. He'd be like, Kate, just think about it for 5 minutes, calm down, don't react, just think about the situation. So I'm better at coping with situations now. And then he's right, because I'm a proper Gemini, impulsive, like, right, that's it, no. I'm actually learning to control it.
Well, you say that, Gemini, you know, it's almost like kind of split personality in a way. That, again, the face we see of Katie and Jordan, obviously, in the past, was very out there. I'm independent, I don't need a man. But then I see, again, I read another side to you.
I'm very soft.
Which is you need love, you need cuddles.
Complete. Honestly, in my private life, I'm so insecure, I need lots of love, lots of attention. I think you find that a lot with a lot of people in this industry. We're not as, you know, I'm not as hard-faced as I come across at all. That's just a barrier I have to put up with what's said about me. You know, I am a human being, I have got feelings, and the past year and a half has been so traumatic for me, the things that have been said, and you know, it has got to me because it is traumatic. And
it's not like you.
Not that I ask for sympathy, because I don't. But people say, "Why don't you let people see the softer side of you?" No, I have to be like this. Because that's just the way I am. It's my way of having to deal with it.
Now that is a first, because normally you do just let things go over your head and you brush them off, and you've always got the witty answer and all that sort of thing. And other things that have been happening in your life which may have emotionally affected you. You are desperate to have a child with Alex, are you not? Yeah,
I've actually done 2 IVFs. In that book, I only talk about having 1 IVF treatment, and it did hurt me because in the papers at the time, I don't get them, but obviously in petrol stations and people talk. They said that I was looking fat, or is she pregnant? And I just thought that's really out of order, because obviously when you have your injections, your ovaries are like this and they expand to like this, so of course you're going to look like you've got a tummy, and it's like they're tempting fate. And I felt like phoning them up saying, yeah, I'm going through IVF, I'm trying, I'm injecting myself, I'm needle phobic, you know, but what can you do? It's quite hard, you know, because I'm in the public eye. I can't pick and choose when I want to be in it and when I don't.
So have you had a round of IVF that wasn't successful?
No, both times they didn't work, no. The second time seemed like it'd be more successful, but then again, day 12, you're all there waiting, you know, because I look at the websites, and then you start to bleed and you think, is it working or isn't it? And then you get the phone call from the doctor and they're like, no, it hasn't worked. So, and it is quite traumatic on the body.
Of course, I mean, it's traumatic on the body physically, it's traumatic emotionally. I mean, you have... I'm not saying this makes it any easier.
No, but I know what you're going to say. I've got 3 kids, and in my head I'm like, so why can't I?
I was going to say that doesn't make it any easier, and I'm no way saying that. But you have 3 children. Alex doesn't have children. So for both of you, this must be tough on him as well. People often forget about the father, don't they?
Exactly. I mean, in the book it explains, you know, a lot of it, because I think it's quite important for people. You know, just because I've got kids doesn't mean I can fall pregnant with someone else. You know, it doesn't work like that. And it is quite a traumatic thing, because to do IVF again, you have to wait like a couple of months for your body to get back. You know, your hormones are up, down, and, you know, being in the public eye, you do get a tummy because you're so swollen. You know, and then you've got people saying, oh, she's put on weight, this, that, and that's not nice.
No. And how is Alex dealing with the fact that because for a man as well, there's that, and he's a man's man, he's a macho guy.
Well, yeah, if you watch this fight, I think people can now say that he can look after himself.
Yeah. But is that side of him that he's thinking, well, I don't feel like a man, I can't get you pregnant?
I mean, in the book he sort of said, you know, you won't think anything less of me. I'm like, no, not at all, I'll stick by you through whatever, you know. And, you know, it will happen when it's supposed to happen.
Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I hope it happens. And as you say, you only live once.
Yes, exactly. Never underestimate Where is it?
Yeah.
The pricey. Or reedy.
Well, you've certainly lived it, Katie. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Not at all. Not at all. I like your black hair. Did you debate over that a long time?
I've had this about 3 years actually. I was getting a bit bored of it. You said you liked it earlier.
Yeah, but we saw it was that party up in Manchester. We saw you with that for the first time, and I thought it was very good.
Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, my perfume's out after my book.
Is it? What's it smell like?
I haven't got an earpiece in. I just remembered that.
What does it smell like?
Precious Love, it's called.
Precious Love.
Smells
How would you describe it?
Like a precious love something. I don't know. Do you like it? Buy it.
And buy something.
I couldn't see because you see if I bought it for her and she spread it, I'd only be thinking of you. Even.
Oh, there you go. I am.
Anyway, whatever you're going to do.